What are some of the big differences between wrestling in the United States versus Japan? Did you have to adjust when you got signed to WWE at that time?
No, because when I got signed to WWE, no, I had already been like around them since '88, doing enhancement matches or jobs, as some people put it, or getting my ass kicked, So I was always going to TVs and understood the TVs. I was going almost every TV at one point for them. In the later years, I was constantly doing TVs or traveling with Luna when she was there. So it wasn't an adjustment there at all. A little bit more stress in a sense of it became like super business once you were on TV. It felt like business. The fun was gone a little bit. Maybe I did that to myself. I don't know. With my, I don't know. I think even if it was to work there now, the pressures of the reality of your job and your living, I don't know. It can be pressure. There can be a lot of pressure and stuff. But the differences are Japan. What I always found is you don't got to be the best shaped guy in the world, the smallest or biggest or whatever. You just got to put in hard work hard, be respectful, respect them, and they respect you. If you work hard and bust your ass, they respect you. So you go out there, you give 100%, you get on that tour bus, you pop a cold beer, and you put your headphones on, or back then your disc Walkman or whatever I had back then, and you ride on. And you ride on with pride, knowing that you busted your ass, you worked hard, and you earned their respect, and they earned your respect, and it was a mutual thing. You did battle. It was more of a physical style with all of Japan, aggressive, more suplexes, and impactful moves. Not to be mixed up with what they call strong style today. I have no idea what that is. But it just looks like reckless. Like I just don't want to be wrestling here in 5 more years. I want to have concussions out the ass. But everything was snug, placed. It was a very physical style, and you did battle. Where WWE, it's like you don't get you have, it never stops. It's 24/7. There's marketing. You're being watched. You're in the public's eye. You got third party stuff, or you got video game commercials. You got this signings and appearances and stuff to make. Plus, you got to get in the gym and keep the body and everything. Where Japan, you would go for a 3-week tour. And if you couldn't make it to the gym in 3 weeks, you could do the deck of cards, you could train whatever sense, you can go to the rooftops and get the sun. But like WWE, when you're grinding, you still gotta, it's year round. It's not like hey, 3 weeks and you're off 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, go home, train, recoup. It's year round. It's nonstop. It's either all in or you're all out, 24/7. Want some, get some, bad enough, take some. You'd step up to the plate and get some there. Because if you go in there, you're all in, and it's a lot of work. I didn't mind it. Time flew by. I just wasn't in the right frame of mind in a relationship. I was with Luna, a lot of drugs. If you've seen documentaries, Dark Side of the Rings, and 365 Days, whatever these things are out, movies or whatever, these different things, you'll hear some of the stories. And I don't blame her. I don't blame wrestling. That's me. That's all on me. I made every choice, and everything I did was my choice. There was no gun to my head saying, hey, do this, I'm going to shoot you in the head, or hey, you got to do this or you're not going to be accepted. Everything I did was my choice. Every bad decision I did was my choice. I did a lot of it out of like looking for attention and wanting to be loved, yes, but all of it was my choice, no excuses. I owe wrestling everything. Wrestling owes me nothing. But when you sign up to be a part of the machine, and you go to the WWF or WWE now, you're part of that machine, and it is a war machine, man. It's going, and you got to be prepared. And I think that's why, I think I get kind of a little bit how they're overlooking some of the people and going straight for athletes that have trained their whole life through sports and collegiate sports and into professional sports, because they've been part of a machine in that sense of training and understanding the discipline, and they're not going, why me, why not me, or I want a participation trophy. They're out there earning their trophy. They're out there earning their spot on the team or their spot in the Olympics. And I get that when you're dealing with other ones that are just kind of trained in a backyard or trained at some other school, and they're like, well, I'm better than them, and the attitudes in there, because there was no dedication or discipline and a sense of hard work and being a part of a machine like that. Mm-hmm. Sports, trust me, football from Pop Warner on through collegiate to the pros is a machine. NFL is a machine. WWE is a machine. And these guys that have come from that background are more prepared than a lot of people coming up and they start trouble. Like, I don't want to do that, or they don't. I don't want to say entitled, but it really feels like a lot of this generation feels entitled and stuff like that. So if you didn't go through intense training and sports and discipline, and you kind of just started wrestling, and you just think you're the cat's meow and your shit don't stink, you're getting part of that machine, it becomes a problem. The machine's either going to chew you up, or you're going to break apart in that machine, and then there's going to be all this shit to fix it. So I think I get why they try to avoid it, but at the same time, running a wrestling school, I see people that do work hard, because I ride them hard. I am a coach that doesn't take it easy on them. I prepare them, 6 Ps, proper planning prevents piss poor performance. I'm on them every day, physically, verbally, and stuff, preparing them for that. So when they get overlooked, it's kind of like, that's not really fair either. They really went through these trenches and hell with me to be prepared properly to get overlooked there without even a second doubt. Sometimes it's disheartening too. So it's just two sides of the coin, and it's very, very frustrating to me as a trainer. So sometimes I wish I didn't have a connection with them all, but I do. I wouldn't say a word to them if I didn't have any connection. I'd just be like, yeah, that's good. Yeah, did it there. But I care, so I ride them so hard, and then so I have a connection. I have a bond with them. And then when I see them get overlooked, or I see them getting crushed in the sense that they can't get into the machine because they don't feel that they were part of a machine somewhere, it's hard, or they don't physically think that they're prepared for it. It's hard because I know that I try to prepare them the best they can from all my failures, all my mistakes. I look as lessons, and now they're lessons I'm trying to pass on to them so they don't have to go through the same ones, and try to save them a little bit of heartache. But at the end, it's that one big heartache because they all want that. They all want that 3-letter initial, WWE or AEW, those 3 letters, like those that abbreviate. They want to be a part of those companies. And AEW, they have more of a fighting chance to get in there, but their roster's so overloaded right now and so crazy. I don't think they can bring anybody in, but a lot of those guys can get in there, and that's where AEW is more beneficial for a lot of people coming out of schools and stuff, where WWE is looking, for like superior athletes and stuff. And I get both sides. And I think wrestling needs it all, just like wrestling needed ECW, whatever TNA was called at one point, Total Nonstop Action, or whatever it was called back in the day when it came on. And, WCW, WWF, I think you need a variety. Everybody likes to make a choice. Nobody likes to be told, hey, this is the only show in town, and what you get is what you get. With variety, there's competition. They take more time to write things and stuff like that and get more creative. So I think it's good for everybody. But it is it's frustrating and heartbreaking as a coach to know I put them through the trenches and they get overlooked. But I do get it, too, when you pull from people from sporting backgrounds that have come up through sports their whole life and lived it and get it. But on the other end, these guys have all watched wrestling, where a lot of them never watched it because they were too busy competing to be professional football players or track stars or volleyball players or
Bianca Belair.
Bianca.
Gymnast.
But Bianca's one of my favorite, though.
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes I don't like when she talks. I'm not real big on the hair thing. A lot of people say, her hair is different and stuff. But I am big on her as an athlete and her competitiveness and her look. Yeah, I like Bianca Belair. So that's a win for them. Definitely they found one that fits the wrestling system. But she's with Montel or whatever his name is. He loves wrestling too. Yeah. And the stuff they're doing, they watch wrestling. You could tell that they love it. But there's some that come that just kind of shit on wrestling. And that's kind of heartbreaking too, because, I owe wrestling everything. So you love something. You do it your whole life. This is all you know, and you see somebody come in from the outside and they crap on it, and they don't even care. That can be really frustrating too, and really push your levels of. But I see all sides, and it's not that I'm trying to be political or anything. I just honestly see all sides to all the systems, and I think they all work in their own ways, But hopefully, some people they'll start pulling some younger talent out of schools, give them a chance. I think they will, and I think
You said it's a cycle.
Yeah, it's a cycle. Things are all cycles. And like it's going to go back to wrestling. Like I don't think it'll be all so much flipping in another couple more years. It'll be back to like a lot more wrestling and stuff like that. WWE is always going to be more storytelling and characters and video packages because it's a machine and it's grinding and it knows it's been successful for how many years, you know. But like all the other companies, AEW, and I'm sure there'll be another one somewhere that'll pop up on a smaller level or catch on, and it's going to be opportunities. I think there'll always be wrestling, and it comes in cycles. You're absolutely right. There's cycles. So hopefully it comes around for 2023, I'm looking. But I don't know. If I didn't believe in cycles, I wouldn't be still training guys. I could tell you that.